Close your eyes and let the digital hum of the 21st century fade into a cold, rhythmic silence. Imagine the screen before you is not a display, but a window cracking open to reveal a world long buried beneath layers of concrete and glass. We are about to embark on a journey through a reconstruction of 1880 New York, a city that was less of a place and more of an overheated engine. This entire experience has been meticulously crafted using advanced artificial intelligence, designed to breathe life into the ghosts of our collective past. If you find yourself captivated by this descent into the shadows of history, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and join our growing community of explorers. Your support allows us to continue pushing the boundaries of storytelling and technological resurrection.
Heave on the line, Patrick. Now.
Hi, James. It's nearly
1880 is not just a date on a calendar, but a fracture in the timeline of human civilization. As the modern world snaps into focus, the first thing you notice is the overwhelming weight of the atmosphere. The salt air from the Atlantic Ocean clashes with the suffocating shroud of coal smoke pouring from 10,000 chimneys. The silence of our digital age is replaced by a deafening roar of iron wheels grinding against stone and the rhythmic thud of horses in numbers that defy logic. This is a city expanding faster than its own physical body can contain, a metropolis charged with equal parts brilliant invention and paralyzing anxiety. We are not merely observing history from a distance. We are stepping directly into its heart. We are being guided through a landscape that is actively redefining what a city and a human life within it is allowed to be.
Move your rig. You're blocking the whole street.
I can't move. Look at this mess. Get those barrels clear.
Watch where you're going.
The harbor at the Battery serves as the threshold of the American dream, a churning cauldron of steamships and towering masts. At dawn, the waterfront resembles a mechanical forest, where the wooden skeletons of the old world meet the steel lungs of the new. Standing at the center of this chaos is Castle Garden, the nation's primary human intake valve. Long before Ellis Island took up the mantle, this former opera house and fort processed the hope and fear of the world in equal measure. Immigrant families gather on the damp stones, clutching their entire histories within the confines of weathered wooden trunks. What was once a venue for cultural refinement has transformed into a cold, bureaucratic gateway. It is a place that foreshadows the great American paradox, offering the promise of a new beginning while maintaining a chilling indifference to the individual.
Careful with that wind, Henry.
Hey, Foreman. This bread is harder than the granite.
Leaving the water behind, the city begins to close in around you like a tightening fist. The Belgian block streets act as an amplifier for the relentless thunder of commerce that defines Manhattan. Wagons groan under the weight of global trade, bells clang from passing horse cars, and the shouting of young messengers creates a dissonant symphony. Trinity Church still dominates the immediate skyline, its dark spire acting as a final vertical claim of the old
Clear the
world.
shaft. We need to get him out of here now.
However, the rules of the sky are already being rewritten by the skeletal fingers of progress. Telegraph wires knot the heavens in a chaotic web, binding global capital together in a language of invisible pulses. On every street corner, fortunes are debated and lost in the time it takes for a horse to gallop a single block. Wealth in 1880 materializes with a terrifying speed, yet a deep sense of desperation lingers just out of sight. As we move toward Park Row, the unfinished Brooklyn Bridge rises above the city like a myth captured in midair. Its massive granite towers are already complete, standing as silent sentinels over the East River. The cables, though still being spun, seem to tremble with the sheer weight of human risk and engineering ambition. High above the water, workers gamble their lives and their health to reshape the very geography of the continent. They labor in the caissons, fighting the crushing pressure of the riverbed and the silent threat of the bends. Below them, the markets of the city roar with a life that is both vibrant and violent. The bridge is not yet a functional path, but it already commands the imagination of every person who looks upward. It is a symbol of a destiny that refuses to be held back by the limitations of nature. A sharp turn to the east plunges us away from the grandeur of the bridge and into the crushing density of the Fourth Ward. Here, the air grows heavy with a relentless odor that sticks to the back of the throat. The streets narrow until the sky is nothing more than a thin ribbon of gray caught between airless buildings. This is the world of the tenement, where families are crowded into single, dark rooms that serve as kitchen, bedroom, and workshop. Children navigate the filth and the dangerous traffic of the alleys with a skill that is both impressive and heartbreaking. Sunlight rarely reaches the cobblestones here, blocked by the very structures that house the city's labor force. This is the unseen engine of New York, an exploited and essential population whose human cost is hidden behind the wealth it creates.
Fresh off the boat, ma'am. You won't find better in all of New York.
Perhaps not, but
The transition from the gloom of the tenements to Union Square is sudden and jarring, like stepping from a cellar into a ballroom. Suddenly, space returns to the landscape, and a sense of manufactured order replaces the chaos of the slums. In this district, consumption has been elevated to the level of a religious spectacle. Department stores glitter behind magnificent cast-iron facades, their windows displaying the spoils of a global empire. Elevated trains thunder overhead, casting long, rhythmic shadows across the well-dressed crowds below. Here, fashion is not merely a matter of taste, but a vital signal of status and social certainty. Union Square embodies the peak of Gilded Age optimism, a belief that progress and elegance are permanent conditions for those who can afford them.
The time's right
the news. Read the Tribune.
Watch the alignment on cylinder 4, Francis.
Already on it, Jim. Keep her running.
Continuing north, the civilization of the city begins to thin out once again, revealing a landscape in transition.
Got it, Charlie.
Magnificent mansions of marble and limestone rise defiantly beside vacant, weed-choked lots and temporary shanties. St. Patrick's Cathedral gleams with a pristine whiteness against a backdrop of an unfinished and rugged cityscape. Central Park stretches outward into the distance, still settling into the form envisioned by its creators. This is the northern frontier of wealth, where the industrial titans of the age seek to imprint their names onto the very bedrock of the island. They are displacing the makeshift settlements that came before, anticipating a future where their power will be absolute. It is a place of quiet tension, where the old earth is being paved over by the ambitions of the few. As we look back at the 1880 New York we have traversed, it emerges as a complex and layered organism. It is a city built atop its own ruins, propelled by a restless ambition that knows no boundaries. The technology of our own time has changed the way we move and communicate, but the fundamental patterns of the city remain the same. In this careful reconstruction, the modern metropolis reveals its true origins as a place that is fractured by inequality. The walk through these streets may end, but the questions it raises continue to echo through the decades. It forces us to confront the reality that progress is often bought at a price that is not shared equally by all. The city is a reflection of the human spirit, both in its highest aspirations and its most profound failures. Looking into the mirror of 1880, we see a blueprint of the world we inhabit today. The struggle for space, the pursuit of status, and the tension between the heights of wealth and the depths of poverty are not new. We are living in a continuation of the same story, a narrative of a society that is constantly moving forward without always knowing why. The lesson we can draw from this journey is one of awareness and intentionality in our own lives. We must recognize the structures that define our existence and ask if they serve the many or merely the few. History suggests that while the facades of our buildings may change, the human heart remains the same. It is up to us to decide which parts of our heritage are worth preserving and which should be left in the dust.
This Madeira is exquisite, truly.
Indeed, almost as fine as the 75 we had in Paris.
Another glass of champagne, if you please.
In your own daily life, consider the layers of history that exist beneath your feet and within the systems you use every day. Are you moving toward a future that values the human cost of progress, or are you merely another part of the machine? Take a moment to appreciate the stability you have, while acknowledging the labor and the struggle that made it possible. We are all architects of the future, whether we realize it or not, and our choices today become the history of tomorrow. I ask you now, If you could step into any single moment of this reconstructed city, where would you choose to stand? Which part of our shared past do you believe deserves to be rebuilt and examined next? Your perspective is a vital part of this ongoing conversation about who we were and who we are becoming. Thank you for walking these iron streets with me and for allowing the past to speak to you through this digital medium. I wish you all good health, clarity of mind, and the courage to look deeply into the world around you. If this journey has moved you or sparked a new curiosity, please remember to subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement is the fuel that keeps this project moving forward into the depths of history. May you find meaning in the chaos and beauty in the complexity of the life you are building. Until we meet again in another time and another place, stay curious and stay observant.
Fresh fish right off the boat.